I'm going to demonstrate AWS interview question on S3. More than 50 plus questions with answer. First question is, what is Amazon S3? Amazon S3 is an object storage built to store and retrieve any amount of data from anywhere. It's simple storage service that offer industry-leading durability, availability, performance, security, virtuality, unlimited scalability at very low cost. What can I do with Amazon S3? Amazon S3 provide a simple web service interface that you can use to store and retrieve any amount of data at any time from anywhere. Using this service, you can easily build applications that make use of cloud native storage. Since Amazon S3 is highly scalable and you only pay for what you use, you can start a small grow your application as you wish with no compromise on performance and reliability. What kind of data can I store Amazon S3? You can store virtually any kind of data in any format. How much data can I store Amazon S3? The total volume of data number of object you can store are unlimited. Individually, Amazon S3 objects can range in size from minimum 0 byte to maximum 5 terabyte. The largest object can be uploaded in single PUT and 5 gigabyte. For object larger than 100 megabyte, customer should consider using the multiple upload capability. Can I have a bucket that has different object in the different storage classes? Yes, you can have an S3 bucket that has different object stored in S3 standard, S3 intelligent tiering, S3 standard IA, S3 one zone IA, S3 Glacier instant retrieval, S3 Glacier flexible retrievals, and S3 Glacier deep archive. How is Amazon S3 data organized? As Amazon S3 is a simple key-based object store. When you store data, you assign a unique object that you can later be used to retrieve the data. Key can be any string, and they can be constructed to mimic an hierarchical attribute. Alternatively, you can use S3 object tagging to organize your data across all S3 buckets and the prefix. How do I interface with Amazon S3? Amazon S3 provides simple standard-based REST web interface that is designed to work with any internet development toolkit. The operations intentionally made simple to make it easy to add new distribution protocol and function layer. How will Amazon S3 perform if traffic from the application suddenly spike? Amazon S3 was designed from the ground up to handle traffic for any internet application. Pay as you go pricing and unlimited capacity ensure that your incremental cost don't change and that your service is not interrupted. Amazon S3 massive scale enable you to spare a load evenly so that no individual applications is affected by the traffic spike. How do I decide which AWS region to store my data in? Is near to your customer, your data center, your AWS resources in order to reduce the data access latencies? Is remote from your other operation geographic redundancy and disaster recovery purposes? Enable you to address a specific legal and regulatory requirement. In which part of the world Amazon S3 available? Amazon S3 is available AWS region worldwide. You can use Amazon S3 regardless of your location. You just have to decide which Amazon region that you want to store S3 data. What is S3 Transfer Acceleration? Amazon S3 Transfer Acceleration enable fast, easy, secure transfer of file over a long distance between your client and Amazon S3 bucket. S3 Transfer Accelerations leverage Amazon CloudFront, globally distributed Amazon AWS Edge location. As data arrive at AWS Edge location, data is routed to your Amazon S3 bucket over an optimized network path. Can I use S3 Transfer Accelerator with the multiple upload? Yes, S3 Transfer Accelerator support all bucket level features including multiple part uploaded. How should I choose between S3 accelerations and AWS Snow family, Snowball, Snow Edge, Snow Mobile? AWS Snow family is ideal for customer moving a large batch of data at once. The AWS Snowball has a typical 5 to 7 days turnaround time. As a rule of thumb, S3 accelerations over a fully utilized 1 GB line can transfer up to 75 TBs in the same time period. In general, if it take more time than we can transfer over the internet, there are recurring transfer job. There is more than 25 Mbps of available bandwidth. S3 transfer acceleration is a good option. Another option is to use both. Perform initially heavy lift move with AWS Snowball, a series of AWS Snowball. Then transfer incremental ongoing changes with the S3 Transfer Acceleration. How can I control access my data stored in S3? Customer can use a number of the mechanisms for controlling access the Amazon S3 resources, including identity access management (IAM) policies, bucket policies, access point policies, access control list, query string authentications, virtual private cloud VPC, endpoint policies, service control policies in AWS organizations, and Amazon S3 block public access. What options do I have for encrypting the data stored on S3? You can choose the encrypted data using SSE S3, SSE KMS, client library such as the Amazon S3 encryption client. All the four enable you to store sensitive data encryption at rest in the Amazon S3. What is an Amazon VPC endpoint for Amazon S3? Amazon VPC endpoint for S3 is logical entity within the VPC that allow the connectivity to the S3 over the global Amazon global network. There are two types of the VPC endpoint for S3: gateway VPC endpoint interface and VPC endpoint. Gateway endpoint are the gateway that you specify in your route table to access S3 from your VPC over the Amazon network. Interface endpoint extend the functionality of the gateway endpoint by using the private IP to route the request to S3 from within your VPC on premises, from the different AWS region. Can I allow a specific Amazon VPC endpoint access my Amazon S3 bucket? You can limit access to your bucket from the specific Amazon VPC endpoint. Set a endpoint using the S3 bucket policies. S3 bucket policies now support conditions. AWS source VPC functions that you can use the restrict access. What is the AWS private link for Amazon S3? AWS private links for S3 provide private connectivity between Amazon S3 on premises. You can provision interface VPC endpoint for S3 in your VPC to connect your on-premise application directly to S3 over the AWS Direct Connect to AWS VPN. How do I get started with the interface VPC endpoint for S3? You can create interface VPC endpoint using AWS VPC Management Console, AWS CLI, AWS SDK, APIs. What is S3 access point? Amazon S3 access point. Amazon S3 access point simplify management data access to a scale for application using shared data set on S3. Which S3 access point you can now easily create hundreds of access point per bucket, representing a new way to provisioning accesses to shared data set. Access point provide customized path into buckets with the unique host name and access policy that enforce a specific permission that network control for request made through either access point. Can I replace or remove access point from the bucket? Yes, when you remove the access point, any access that associated bucket through other access point through the bucket hostname will not be disrupted. Why should I use the versioning? Amazon S3 provide customer with the high durable storage infrastructure. Versioning offer an additional level of protection by providing a mean of recovery when your customer accidentally overwritten a delete object. This allow you to easily recover from the unintended user actions and application failure. You can also use versioning for data retention and archiving. Can I set up trace and recycle bin rollback windows on my Amazon S3 object to recover from deletes and overwrite? You can use Amazon S3 lifecycle rules with S3 versioning to implement rollback windows for S3 object. For example, with your versioning enabled buckets, you can set up a rule that archive all previous version to lower cost S3 Glacier, flexible retrieval storage classes and delete them after 100 days, and giving you a 100 days windows to roll back any changes on your data while lowering your storage cost. How does S3 intelligent tidying work? The S3 intelligent tidying stored classes is designed to optimize the storage cost by automatically moving the data to the most cost-effective access tier when your access pattern for changes. For low monthly object monitoring and automation charges, S3 intelligent tidying monitoring access pattern and automatically move objects that have not access for 30 consecutive days to infrequently access tier to save up to 40% of storage cost. Why should I use S3 standard? S3 standard is ideal for the most frequent access modified data that require access in million and high throughput performance. S3 standard is ideal for data that is write very often. There are no retrieval charges. What is S3 standard infrequent access? This is a combination of low cost, high performance make S3 standard IA ideal for the long-term storage backup and data stored and disaster recovery. The S3 standard IA storage class is set at the object level, can exist in the same buckets as the S3 standard S3 one zone IA storage classes, allowing you to use S3 lifecycle policy to automatically transition object that stores storage classes without any application changes. Is there minimum storage duration charges for S3 standard AI? S3 standard IA designed for the long life, infrequent access that it retain for a month. Air data is deleted. S3 bucket IA within 30 days will be a charge for full 30 days. What is the S3 one zone IA storage class? S3 one zone IA storage class is an Amazon S3 storage class that customer can choose to store object in single availability zone. S3 one IA storage redundantly store data within the single availability zone to deliver storage at 20% less cost than the geographically redundant S3 standard IA storage, which store data redundantly across the multiple geographical separately availability zone. What is the S3 Glacier instant retrieval storage class? The S3 Glacier instantly retrieval storage class deliver the low cost storage for long life data that is rarely accessed and require million retrievals. S3 Glacier instant retrievals deliver the fastest access to archive storage with the same through output the millions access at the S3 standard. S3 standard IA storage classes. S3 Glacier instant retrieval designed for 99.999% of data durable and 99.9 availability redundantly storing data across the minimum 3 physically separate AWS availability zone. Does Amazon S3 provides capability for archiving object lower cost storage class? Amazon S3 Glacier storage classes are purpose to build for data archiving, providing you to highest performance and most retrieval flexibility, lower cost. Archiving storage in the cloud, you can now choose from the 3 archiving storage classes, optimize the different access pattern and storage duration. How does S3 Glacier deep archiving storage classes different from the S3 Glacier instant retrieval and S3 Glacier flexible retrievable storage classes. S3 Glacier Deep Drive Archive expand our data archiving offering, enabling to select the optimal storage class based on the storage and retrieval cost. Retrieval time: choose the S3 Glacier Instant Retrieval Storage class when you need to million of access to low cost archival data. For archival data does not require immediate access but need to flexibility to retrieve a large set of data at no cost, such as backup, disaster recovery use cases. Choose S3 Glacier Flexible Retrieval, formerly S3 Glacier. With retrieval in a minute, free bulk retrieval in 5 to 12 hours. S3 Glacier Deep Archive, in contrast, is designed for all colder and data that is uniquely to be accessed, but still you require long-term durable storage. What is S3 Object Tag? S3 Object Tag are key value pair applied to S3 object, which can be created, updated, deleted at any time during the lifetime of the object. With these, you have ability to create identity access management policies and set up S3 lifecycle policies, customize the storage and matrix. What is S3 Inventory? S3 Inventory Reports provides a schedule alternative Amazon S3 synchronous list API. You can configure S3 Inventory to provide a CSV, ORC, and parquet of file output of the object are there the corresponding metadata and daily work, daily weekly basis for run S3 bucket prefix. What is S3 batch operation? S3 batch operation is a feature that you can use automate execution of the single operations, like a copy an object, executing AWS Lambda functions across many objects. With S3 batch operation, you can, with a few clicks in the S3 console, a single API request, make changes to billion of objects without having a write custom application code. You run compute cluster for storage management application. Not only does S3 batch operations administrator your storage operation across many objects, S3 batch operations many manage, retrieve, display progress, deliver notifications, provide completion reports, and send events to the cloud trail. All operations perform on your target object. S3 batch operations can be used from the S3 console through the AWS CLI and SDK. What is Amazon S3 Object Lock? Amazon S3 Object Lock and Amazon S3 feature that prevent an object version from the being deleted or written for fixed Amazon of time, infinitely, so that you can enforce retentions policies and added layer of data protections for the regularity and compliance. What is Amazon S3 storage lanes? Amazon S3 storage lanes provide organizations wide visibility in object storage, uses an activity trend, as well as actionable recommendations to improve the cost of efficiency and apply the data protection to best practice. Storage links of an interactive dashboard containing a single view of your object storage uses an activity across lane or 100 of accounts in your organization, with the ability of drill down to generate inside the account bucket, even the prefix level. This include matrix like bytes, object count, request, as well as matrix data detailings of S3 future utilization such as encrypted object account and delete maker account. What is query in place functionality? Amazon S3 allow customer to run sophisticated query against data store without the need to move the data into separate analytics platforms. The ability to query this data in the place Amazon S3 can significantly increase the performance and reduce the cost of analytics solutions. Leveraging S3 as a data lake, S3 offer multiple query in the place operations including S3 Select, Amazon Athena, Amazon Redshift Spectrum, allowing you to choose one of the best fit your use cases. You can even use Amazon S3 Select AWS Lambda built a serverless app that can take advantage of in-place processing capabilities provide S3. What is Amazon Athena? Amazon Athena is an interactive query services that make it easy to analyze data into S3 using a standard SQL queries. Athena is a serverless, so there is no infrastructure to set up or manage. You can start analyzing data immediately. What is Amazon S3 replication? Amazon S3 replication enable automatic asynchronous copy of object across Amazon S3 bucket that are configured for object replications can be owned by same account by different account. You can copy object to one more destination buckets between the different AWS regions. S3 cross region replications within the same region AWS regions. S3 same region replications. Can I use S3 replication to replicate to more than one destination buckets? Yes, S3 replication allows the customer to replicate their data to multiple destination bucket into the same different AWS regions. When the setting up the simply specify the new destination bucket in your existing replications configuration. You create a new replication configuration with the multiple destination bucket. Can I use S3 replication to set up two-way replication between S3 bucket? Yes, to set up two-way replications, you create a replicate rule for bucket A, bucket B, bucket A and bucket B are set up. Another replication rule for the bucket B to bucket A. Make sure to enable the replica modification sync on the both bucket A and B to replicate replica metadata changes like object access control list, ACL, object tag and object lock on replicated object. Can I replicate a deleted marker from one bucket to another? Yes, you can replicate deleted marker from source to destination. If you have deleted marker replication enabled in your replications configuration, when you replicate the delete marker, Amazon S3 will behave its object was deleted and it both buckets. You can enable the delete marker replications for new existing replications rule. You can apply delete marker replication for entire buckets to Amazon S3 object that have a specific prefix. With the prefix based replication rule, Amazon S3 replication does not support delete marker replication for object tag based on replication rule. Why should I use S3 multi-region access point? S3 multi-region access point as accelerate and simple storage for your multi-region application by dynamically routing S3 request made for replicated data set. S3 multi-region access point reduce the request latency so that replication run up to 60% faster. In addition, you can able to take advantage global infrastructure of AWS while maintaining a simple regions and agnostic architecture from the application. What is S3 Object Lambda? S3 Object Lambda allow you to add your own code. S3 get request for modified process data, add is written and applications. For the first time, you can use custom code to modify the data return and then by return by a standard S3 get request to filter row, dynamically resize image, redact confidential data, and much more.